start off really simply by first taking, so I got some sukiyaki cut pork right here, some Japanese pork, which I marinated with very basic adobo flavors, so just soy sauce, white vinegar. I got some calamansi and some crushed garlic and some chili peppers in there. And then I just chopped some 2 tomatoes up. I have half a white onion over there. I've got 1 whole kamote. I love this stuff. Some malunggay leaf. Sorry, no. This is what is this? Ampalaya leaf, so super bitter. And then that's just some chopped garlic over here. And then right here, already boiling for quite a while, for about 35 minutes, I have a cup of Munggo beans. Munggo or mung beans, as they call them in English. And I've been boiling this. The rule is 1 cup is to 3 cups of water. You salt up the water so you make sure that the water has some flavor. And you just wait until all the water is absorbed by these mung beans. And what I like to do is, at the same time, I'm just going to take my kamote right here and I'm just going to put that in there while these beans are almost half cooked, so that in the same time I'm cooking my kamote until all the water is absorbed, and you'll have like a nice unctuous type of sauce. You don't want to dry it out completely. You want to keep some liquid in it. Just when you have about that consistency, you can see it's getting thick, but it still has liquid. Quickly turn off your fire, and then we're going to get a hot frying pan going with just a little bit of peanut oil, so that we can render our ingredients together perfectly. As you see, my marinade here has been pretty going, and the pork has actually changed color because of the vinegar started cooking it. So we're just going to really quickly spot fry all this pork. We're going to put everything inside. Oh, this smells awesome. Got some chili in there, got some flakes. So I'm just gonna get my fire real nice and hot, and I'm gonna get this just a tad bit, a little bit crispy. Once you've got it to a nice crispy consistency, and you can see it getting nice and caramelized, we're just gonna take our garlic, add our garlic right in there, take our half an onion, just put that half onion just chopped, thinly sliced in there as well, and to that, we're just gonna add about 2 medium-sized tomatoes, skin and all, pulp and all, just right in there. We're gonna get all those flavors going, and it's just gonna be like a beautiful mess of this pork and this tomatoes, and this is what I call the Filipino pares, the best friends basically. Everything. Everywhere you go here, you can always find some tomatoes and onions and pork. People love these different combinations, and the garlic, of course. And these are typical Filipino dishes. So to that, we're gonna quickly add our munggo. Also, at this point, when everything's in there already, you can add just some nice broth. If you made some homemade chicken broth or some homemade pork broth or beef broth, use that. You can even use some leftover like lechon and cook that with water. That'd be amazing in here. But for the lack of time, I'm just using some pocketed products here, some great stuff. So I'm just gonna add maybe barely half a cup of just any liquid broth, beefy broth really. So we're just gonna add it. You can see nice and liquid. Got still some sauce in there. I'm gonna take just a scoop of some Munggo, put it in there. Right there. Mix this up together. Make sure everything's nice and coated and everything's nice and mixed up. You don't want it to be pretty, or you don't want like different flavors to be separate. You want everything really to just be a nice, beautiful, just togetherness to the dish. Once you see everything picking it up, you'll see it'll change to a nice viscous color, which is just amazing. And your point here, how do you know the doneness? And this depends on any Filipino family. I like it that your tomatoes get really mushy and that your onions get nice and translucent, so you can just bite into it. And then of course, just not forget the seasoning at this point, because Munggo beans are quite tasteless. So we're just gonna add a nice pinch of black pepper. And I'm gonna take some really cool crunchy like pyramid salt, put some in there as well. And then we're gonna finish up with just a tad bit of fish sauce. Barely a teaspoon of fish sauce, just to finish it up, get those nice flavors going, and just mix it up, and you're almost done. Once you start seeing a little bit at the bottom of the pan, you see those bubbles getting thinner, then you know you're ready. When you're almost done, what you're gonna do grab our nice ampalaya leaves that we had a while ago. I'm just going to tear some up just to get some greenery in there. And we're going to put some in there. This is really, really bitter, so if you don't like ampalaya leaves, don't use ampalaya. You can use some malunggay in here as well, or any really local herb, or you can use spinach or watercress, anything that's your fancy. And just mix it up, and of course with the juices and everything, it'll reduce the bitterness just a tad bit, but it gives a nice dimension to the dish and different layering your flavors. Okay, so our dish is pretty much done right now. Everything's been cooking down gloriously, and there's just this amazing smell in the kitchen. This reminds me of my childhood and my grandmother. So you're just gonna take, and this is Filipino food, so it's just all comfort, baby. So we're just gonna pour everything into the center of just a nice deep plate. And you really want it to get everywhere, because that's the point of the dish. Get it everywhere, spread it a little. If it like spills over to the side, it's not a problem. And then to that, we're just gonna add some calamansi, which I've got over here. You can put as many as you want. And then here, at this point, it really comes down to your taste. I like putting a bit of pepper, and then I'll usually add just a tad bit of red chili flakes. Some people like to add, you can add at this point, some, what do you call those? You can add some more fish sauce, you put that on the side so that people can, if they want it more fishy, they can use that. And then of course, let's not forget our beautiful kamote that I was cooking with the Munggo, so just nice flavor in there too. And put that right on top, so you get that nice starchy flavor from the kamote. And then, yep, I just tasted that, it was awesome. Clean up the sides a little, and just look at that, that just looks amazing. I just stepped out of the gym, so it's a perfect post-workout food. I got my carbohydrates, got my protein, got my Filipino love, and that's all I really need for just a great plate of food. And I hope you guys enjoy this one. Super simple. Thank you for all of those who replied to my posts. This is the fruit of your labor. A lot of you said that this was a really good dish that you really liked, so there you go. So I'm sweating a little because it's super hot in this kitchen. This plate's scorching on. I'm having a hard time holding it. But yeah, I can't resist a good steaming, piping bowl of hot Munggo. It's just amazing. If you look at it, there, you can see it there. Yeah. It's kind of spilling all over, but it's fantastic. And just every bite of this dish reminds me of my childhood, reminds me of my grandmother. Munggo soup was something we grew up with, and that was just so fantastic and so dear to my heart. And this dish is just amazing because it's just all the flavors you like in one pot, and it's healthy to beat, and then you can just squirt some calamansi in there, so you got the nice Pinoy flavors, and it's just a big bowl of comfort basically, and I'm just gonna enjoy this. Hot, very hot, but very good.